Some people look perfectly normal on the surface, but deep down they have a very dark way of relating to others. And often, you do not notice it at first because they know exactly how to present themselves when it benefits them. But if a person shows even one of these patterns consistently, you should pay attention. And if you see several of them repeated over time, you need to protect yourself, stay alert, and avoid getting dragged into their games. The first sign is that they treat people differently based on status. These are the kind of people who are incredibly disrespectful to anyone they see as weaker than them. They may talk down to service staff, mock someone with less money, dismiss a junior coworker, or act arrogant toward people who cannot fight back. Around those they consider below them, they are rude, cold, controlling, and full of superiority. But the moment they are in front of someone powerful, influential, wealthy, or useful, their whole personality changes. Suddenly, they become polite, flattering, eager to please, and almost embarrassingly agreeable. They laugh too hard at a boss's jokes. They become overly friendly with rich friends. They act humble and obedient around industry leaders or important people. If you meet someone like this, do not get too close. Because this is not just bad manners. It reveals something much deeper. It shows that they do not truly believe in the equal worth of people. In their mind, human beings are not human beings. They are tools, ladders, and opportunities. They judge everyone based on usefulness. If you can help them rise, they treat you well. If you cannot, they lose interest or show contempt. That means their kindness has no moral foundation. It is conditional. If they are nice to you today, it may simply mean that you are still valuable to them. But the moment you stop being useful, they can turn cold almost overnight. And when that happens, they usually do not feel guilty at all. The second sign is extreme double standards. These people judge others harshly while endlessly excusing themselves. When you spend enough time around them, you start to realize that there is no consistent standard for right and wrong. The rules change depending on who did what. If they do something selfish, they have a reason. If you do the exact same thing, you are selfish, immature, or unforgivable. If they make a mistake, you are expected to understand. If you make a mistake, they act as if you have committed some serious moral failure. If they demand something from you, it is only fair. If you ask for basic respect, they accuse you of being sensitive, dramatic, or difficult. Try to reason with a person like this, and you will quickly understand that logic is not the point. Fairness is not the point. They are not using principles to seek truth. They are using principles as weapons. Rules in their hands are not meant to guide everyone equally. They are used to control you while protecting themselves. That is why arguing with this kind of person is exhausting. You think you are discussing facts, but in reality, you are stepping into a system where they always write the rules in their own favor. No matter what happens, they will find a way to make themselves the exception and make you the problem. The third sign is that they use guilt to manipulate you. This type can be especially dangerous because they often hide behind the image of being kind, helpful, generous, or self-sacrificing. At first, they may even seem like one of the best people in your life. They help you when you are struggling. They say comforting things. They appear supportive. But later, you begin to realize that none of their kindness was free. It was all being recorded somewhere. Maybe they did you one small favor years ago, and they still bring it up. Maybe every time you say no to them, they subtly remind you of everything they have done for you. They might say things like, "After all I did for you, this is how you treat me." Or, "You know I sacrificed a lot for you back then." Or, "If I had not helped you, you would have been in real trouble." And with every reminder, they are pushing the same message into your mind: you owe me. This creates an unhealthy dynamic where the relationship no longer feels equal. You are always the one carrying emotional debt. You are always compensating. You are always feeling slightly guilty, slightly obligated, slightly trapped. That is why guilt is such a powerful form of emotional control. It is quiet. It is subtle. It does not always look aggressive. But over time, it can make you give up your time, your boundaries, your money, your energy, and even your self-respect, just to avoid feeling like a bad person. You need to remember this. Someone who truly cares about you helps because they want you to be okay. They do not keep emotional receipts. They do not turn every act of kindness into future leverage. But someone who is calculating will keep score the entire time, waiting for the day they can collect with interest. The fourth sign is that they cannot stand seeing other people do well, especially people close to them. When something good happens to you, pay attention to who feels genuinely happy for you and who immediately tries to reduce it. Maybe you get a promotion, and instead of celebrating with you, they say, "Well, you were just lucky." Maybe your relationship is going well, and they respond with, "Give it time. The honeymoon phase always ends." Maybe you are making progress in life, healing, growing, or becoming more confident, and instead of encouraging you, they keep throwing in small negative comments disguised as realism. On the surface, it may sound like caution, honesty, or concern, but underneath it, there is often envy. These people are not disturbed because they care about your future. They are disturbed because your happiness forces them to confront their own dissatisfaction. Your success makes them feel smaller. Your joy reminds them of what they lack. And instead of growing themselves, they try to pull you down emotionally so they can feel more comfortable where they are. For them, life is not about becoming better. It is about making sure no one around them gets too far ahead, especially not someone familiar, and especially not someone they once felt superior to. So they belittle your wins, they question your progress, they drain the joy out of your good news because if they cannot feel proud of themselves, they do not want you feeling too proud either. The fifth sign is that they turn your private pain into social material. This one hurts deeply because it often happens after trust has already been built. You open up to someone because you believe they are safe. You tell them things you would not even tell your family. Maybe you share your heartbreak, your financial stress, your insecurities, your mistakes, or something painful you are ashamed of. You think this is intimacy. You think this is friendship. You think your vulnerability is being held with care. And then later you find out they repeated it. Maybe they told it as a joke at a dinner. Maybe they shared it in a group chat. Maybe they mentioned it at a party just to seem interesting or informed. Maybe they disguised it as concern while quietly enjoying the attention it brought them. That kind of behavior says a lot about a person. It shows shallowness. It shows selfishness. It shows that they cannot build significance through character, so they try to build it by using access to other people's private lives. Your pain becomes their conversation piece. Your embarrassment becomes their entertainment. Your trust becomes something they trade for social value. And that is not a small flaw. That is a serious character problem. Now, recognizing these signs does not mean you should become cynical and stop trusting everyone. It does not mean the world is full of monsters. And it does not mean every imperfect person is secretly malicious. All of us have weaknesses. All of us can be insecure, defensive, jealous, or immature at times. But there is a difference between a flawed person who reflects, grows, and takes responsibility, and a deeply toxic person who repeats the same destructive patterns without remorse. The point of seeing these signs is not to make you paranoid. It is to make you clear-headed. If you repeatedly notice these patterns in someone, the smartest thing you can do is not waste your energy trying to argue, prove yourself, rescue them, or change them. People like this usually do not change because someone explained morality to them well enough. Their behavior comes from something much deeper in their character. And if you stay too long, you often end up paying the price. So be calm, be observant, be kind, but do not be naive. Your time, your trust, your peace, and your emotional energy are all valuable. Do not hand them to people who treat human relationships like a marketplace. Save your loyalty for the people who respect others, who are fair even when it is inconvenient, who help without keeping score, who can celebrate your happiness without resentment, and who protect your vulnerability instead of exploiting it. Because real character is not revealed by how someone acts when they need something from you. It is revealed by how they treat people they do not need, how they behave when no one is watching, and what they do with the trust you place in their hands.